Yeah, how's that cowboy diplomacy working out for you there, Commander Swiss Cheese?
Oh, I'm fine. I also have the composure focus.
Oh, shit! Good?
I'm maintaining my composure.
Just fucking like shot bruises from the rocks. Like I'm
I
fine.
served on a Klingon ship for a while. I'm fine. I have the heart of a Klingon is one of my values.
Enterprise soldiers, Jesus.
Space, the thing we have to cross. These are the voyages of the U.S.S. Horizon. Its ongoing mission, to seek out new life, to swear it was on stun the whole time, and to boldly claim we can fix it.
Welcome back to the Turbo Warriors! I am your Game Master, Justin Ecock. We are playing Star Trek Adventures, and we are back for our second chapter in our second adventure of a part of the living campaign called the Rescue at Xerxes 4. Nice. En route to Narendra Station, our crew discovered a distress signal coming from the planet of Xerxes 4 from a Federation science outpost. An ion storm disables the runabout, and they crash land on the planet's surface. Surrounded and attacked by Neanderthals dressed in Federation outfits, they fend them off and send them scurrying back into the woods, except for the 3 that were stunned. The doctor does a scan on them and discovers they're human. They have the same genetic makeup of humans, but something has scrambled up their DNA, and they now are their genetic code is that of ancient humans or of their ancestors. So
sounds like an episode of Star Trek.
The de-evolving that Volstar mentioned last episode was on point. But they're definitely they have all the genetic markers of a human, but not of a present-day human. We find ourselves at the wreckage of the runabout Humber, and the storms are coming in and are getting more intense as it's nighttime here on Xerxes 4. And but there is shelter, there is materials, and hopefully answers at the science outpost up. But it's a march; it's away from there. But before we get into the story, let me introduce you again to our players. I'm surrounded here by our terrible warriors, starting at my left, your right.
Velvet Duke of the Dandies.
And you're playing
I am playing the Bajoran Lieutenant Lassa Bow.
Our Chief Science Officer.
Oh, Chief.
I am Conal MacBeth, better known in the nerd community as Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt, and I'm playing Captain Gavin Schofield.
I am Brent Morris from the Gappage podcast, and I am playing Ensign Steve Armstrong, your helmsman.
I am Joshua Barbeau. I played the alien, the Slorg, in the fandom musical Star Explorers. And now I'm playing Commander Conal with a K.
Should have let you play a Slorg.
A Slorg, yes. It was an awesome alien creature built out of pool noodles.
And connecting in over Discord from our Patreon rewards program. Returning to the show.
Hey, this is Andrew Rempel playing Chief Medical Officer Rempel. And I guess I got some people to patch up.
Yeah, yes, actually, we can start with that right away because one of our members of the crew did take quite a beating while he tried to jump out and be the hero.
He's holding his composure.
You took 4 points of stress damage. So right off the top here, Doctor, I'd like you to give me a reason and medicine roll with a difficulty of 1. So you only have to roll 1 success out of those 2 dice. And what is your reason?
Get rid of all of my
What's
stress?
your reason and medicine combined? 14. So roll both of those dice, and you're rolling under 14.
Okay. I got 1 success out of 4.
Okay. Did one of them? What was your failure? How high was that?
18.
It was 18? Okay. So you rolled a 4. You can scratch out the stress. The medical tricorder hits with a hypospray. It calms you down. It was, and he's got a dermal regenerator there in his first aid runabout med kit. Like, they got, like, the stuff and cleans up the burn wound. And so you're doing fine. It wasn't anything, you'll be able to work that off. And Rampel's a good doctor. So he's able to work that out. If there had been any complications, something like that burn could have been a lingering issue. But thanks, you got a good doctor, so there's no complications.
I turn to the captain and I say, "You haven't had a first officer before, have you?"
Did I have a first
Nope.
officer? No, I didn't. Actually,
That's very clear. From
Your
the-
second in command in terms of ranks is your chief engineer, but I mean he's down in the engineering deck, so he's not the best.
Yeah.
He was never assigned as your XO.
Yeah, no. Full disclosure, I never had an XO. So I am self-reliant.
He actually has a value that says self-reliance.
So
It's very clear from the fact that as a captain, you stepped out first into danger.
and it's very clear from the fact that you jumped in front of me and got hit by everything that you're from the Enterprise.
That is true. I did that.
You also have, while this is going on, one of the unconscious Neanderthals wakes up and runs off into the woods.
Okay, I was
So
going to
you've
say
only got two now.
the first thing that I was going to do
Because they're up by the tree line. They're over there.
while he was getting
and
checked
the
out.
other two are starting to wake up from their stun.
Yeah. While he was getting checked out, I wanted to run up and like grab the phaser that the one guy dropped.
it out of the way, yeah.
When he got like put that
Yep.
on my belt, and then see if we can find a way to like bind them, like tie them up or something. Like
Sure.
find something that we can tie them up with
Sure, that's
before
a
they wake up.
quick difficulty task. To just like bind them with rope cables. I mean, there's stuff you can just pull out of them.
Say there's
Runabout.
cables we can pull out of the busted ship that we can
Yeah,
use.
so you want to bind them so they don't hurt anyone
Yeah.
themselves. So the
Shoot them again with stun to make sure they don't get up anytime.
just
so-
keep shooting them with
That-
stuff
I mean,
on the ground.
that's going to
He's
be
an engineer. Couldn't he just like pry force field emitters off of the ship and then power
Got-
them with a plug or something?
you got no
MacGyver
power.
It?
What are you going to power it with?
Plug his phaser into the
Yeah,
force
this
field
isn't
emitter.
science fiction.
I mean, yeah, we could do some jury rigging, but I can guarantee you the time it'll take to put that in, these guys will be awake.
Okay.
They'll be out.
So
fair
if
enough.
you want to just bind them quickly, I'll just say security control.
Okay, let's try that. Security and
Control?
Oh, control. Okay, yeah. Got to get under a 12. I got one under, so that's one success.
Okay, so we got one of them bound up, but it's taking your time because knots, and someone else want to assist. The other one's starting to wake up,
So,
I'll jump in there.
and
Boy Scouts.
so go ahead. How would you? You can do the same roll, or if you can justify a different one.
I have no reason not to do the exact same
Yeah.
yeah, no,
thing.
go
Yeah.
now.
I mean, Volstar, you could sedate them.
Yeah. Actually, I have
okay,
field
that
medic,
works.
so I could
Yeah,
also
you can
sedate.
you can grab a hypo spray out of the
Yeah.
out of the field kit,
Yep.
and if you want to sedate the other one.
Yes.
One of
Yeah,
them starts
sure,
waking
I'll
up.
sedate
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, go and roll for that.
5.
Yep, you knock him out, and so now being sedated, it's a difficulty 0 for anyone. Let's say Armstrong. Go ahead and roll control security. It's a difficulty 0. There's no chance of you failing it. It's just the number of successes will give you momentum spends.
Well, then I got a. Hold on.
What was?
Security. I got
One
I got one
success.
success.
Okay, so you got a momentum now that you can spend later. And those difficulty 0s are like there's no chance of you failing, but you can roll for it anyways to see how well you succeed. And also, if you really fuck it up, you might get a complication out of it. So like you work it, but you've actually cut off all of his blood circulation, and now he's dying.
Something like that. Yeah, you got to make sure.
So getting that there, you've got your 2 prisoners, and you have you've patched up Haddock. The runabout is trashed. You don't have the materials to fix it. It's taken some significant damage on the way in, bashing off of walls. One of the nacelles is going to have most of its part needs to be replaced. There was a lot of exterior hull damage. None of them breached through, but this thing is not worthy enough to get back into space. It's going to need some extensive repairs being done.
Okay.
Those repairs, those materials are likely at the station. I mean,
yeah.
this is a self-reliant
Definitely.
science station out in the frontier. It's it'll have
Definitely
what you're
we have
looking
to-
for.
we
Might
have to
even
make
have a
our way
craft
there.
out of its own, for all you know. So, it is. You can see it off in the distance. It's several kilometers, 7 or 8 kilometers there. It's going to take you the night to march through the mountains to
To
get up
march
to
up.
it.
We're not getting there before nightfall.
Quick.
It is nightfall,
It just like the sun's on the way down. Quick,
but with the storms are getting intense. You are not safe at the runabout.
Quick question. I now have 2 Type 2 phasers
Mm-hmm.
in my inventory. Are there mechanics for dual wielding, like a badass shooting 2 laser guns at the same time?
I knew that was gonna
No.
happen.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to ask. If not, I'll just keep the spare on my belt.
Sure.
And yeah, so it turns to the rest of the party.
I mean,
don't
like,
think...
sure, you can do, like, if you just tell me the role you want to have working out, like, that's going to be daring, whatever the hell.
Slide across the mountain.
And you can do that. It's just, it's going to increase the complication range.
Yes.
How about that? It's not going to increase the difficulty, but the complication range is going to be like 18 to 20 of you just, like, burning yourself. All right, so... You don't need to dual wield... These phasers are like small little nuclear cannons. You don't need there's enough firepower in this one.
But
you don't
looks
need
so cool.
two.
But to jump through the air while shooting two of them simultaneously at somebody is some shit that Kirk never pulled off, and if I manage it, then he can suck it.
For reasons.
It's 4 reasons. Now, what do I know about ion storms?
They're electromagnetic. They travel through space.
Okay, do we need to take shelter from said ion storms?
There's no way. If the ion storm is... There's no real way to take shelter so much as you just got to fly out of the way.
Okay, because as I
Right,
say,
if it's
like, does it
passing
matter
through-
if we're traveling through the woods?
If it's passing through the system, it won't matter where you are on the planet.
Oh,
You
okay,
need to get
so then-
off-world. You need to get out of the way. But they're not really going to hurt you so much as destroy your technology.
Shit,
They'll,
all right.
they'll maroon you.
Okay, so if the ion storm's on the way, then that means we have a limited amount of time before our phasers stop working. I would suggest trying to maybe use these phasers and some other stuff to quickly fabricate some kind of weapons and armor, and then start moving towards the science station. Because
weapons and armor? Isn't that
gibbering
what we do?
natives in the trees are still out there, and our laser guns are only going to work for so long.
And another thing.
Well, they
you
dropped
might
some of
wanna
their
think
clubs
about.
that they were using. There's like rocks and sticks all around. But
pick up
for
a
now, your
club.
tricorders are working. You don't hear much more noise from the shrieking. The rustling has gone away. All you hear is the wind and the lightning off in the distance. You know, planet hell kind of stuff. And your you don't have anything on the ship that can get you more equipment because systems are down. You just have your medical kit, your tricorders, your phasers. Your comm badges will work locally, but there's no subspace channels or anything like that you're going to be able to use.
If the ion storm hits, are the phasers going to stop working?
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it's
kinda-
much more of an atmospheric thing. It's just going to keep it it's going to blow
It's
out
like a
like
solar
manifolds
flare.
and things like that.
Yeah, it's going to keep mugging with stuff,
I mean,
and it's a chance.
Phasers are intentionally built to be redundant. Like they're not easy to break off, and they're phased particle beams. You'll be fine, and especially if you find shelter in a cave, your phaser is going to be fine. I mean, certainly the phaser that the Neanderthal was using was still working.
If we get underground, we're probably fine. But
You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about me deactivating your phasers during this adventure.
Oh no, like I didn't like that's not what I was thinking about. It's I'm just like, what do I know from ion storms and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, are these robust enough? Are these the like
Yes.
Kalashnikov of the phaser
Absolutely.
thing? That, like they'll work underwater.
These
the whole
things,
thing.
These things work. These things work in the most. These things will be able to outlast anything you can.
Okay.
So,
All right. So then,
if the phaser's getting knocked out for the ion storm, so are you.
okay.
Right, your own nervous system is not as redundant as a phaser system.
All right. Sweet.
there's another problem we might want to consider.
Question. While they're figuring all this out, can I take a couple minutes and do a little bit more in-depth scan of one of the
Absolutely.
Neanderthals we have?
You can. All you've got working is your medical tricorder, but you can just keep going at it and roll medical and reason.
Can I assist
Absolutely, you can
with
assist.
my not medical
What
but
are you-
regular tricorder?
You can assist with your regular tricorder. How are you assisting?
Scanning.
Because you can't just declare assist. You also have to
Okay.
explain
No,
narratively
I
how the
understand.
assist makes sense.
As I was about to actually say, I'm concerned that whatever turned them into Neanderthals is something in the atmosphere. So
Mm-hmm.
I would like to scan the atmosphere for any airborne problems.
I shoot
good
the
idea.
darkness.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
I'm assuming
again
he's
that's
trying
going to
to-
be reason science.
It's like,
Reason science.
how do you assist him? Hey, you should probably use your tricorder on that guy. Thanks, genius.
Okay, Volsar, what's your role?
Oh, okay. I'm rolling for under 14. Let's see. I have a 4 and a 17. So
Okay, great. So, what's your medical? Your medical's 5, so you actually get an advantage. So you don't learn much more than you already did because there's not much more to learn. They're humans. Something is going on, but you are able to get an advantage in Honestly, I'm just going to give you momentum to spend. You just generate. So you got 2 successes. You get 2 momentum. Unfortunately, there's not much I can else give you. So you have 3 momentum in the pool. There's not much more to give you. They're human, and something has affected their genetic makeup that is turning them into human ancestors. They are de-evolving.
Okay, so that is the case.
All you see are the symptoms. You can't determine the cause, and you don't have the equipment here to determine the cause.
Oh, wait,
you
so-
rolled a complication haddock on your tricorder, and you went, this thing's not working, and it broke.
Yeah, you're definitely from the Enterprise. Sorry. All right, so, but no, actually, no, that brings up an interesting question.
Maybe it was you, maybe it was the phaser blast, maybe it was the rock thrown, maybe it was already damaged before the runabout came down, but your tricorder is inoperable.
But maybe it was you.
But maybe.
Before it fizzled out, all you could tell was that the ion storm readings are increasing, and the storm is en route, and it will be hitting in the next 24 hours.
Last time you smack it cries and say, please stop.
Okay, fine.
You
I
can't.
have a
So you know what everyone else is inferring. You know before your tricorder. You need to be off this planet within the day,
Oh, shit.
or
And the
you
other
don't know if you'll be
complication-
able to get off this planet.
Oh, shit.
Whatever things that supplies are at the science outpost that we could use to repair our ship
We gotta
might
go.
not work after the ion system.
After the iron storms hit, so time is of the essence. Quick thing though, are you Rumpel? Are you able to see how fast the degeneration is occurring in the subject? Because the speed at which, at least we can't figure out the cause, but the speed at which they're degenerating might give us more evidence or more information as to how long we have.
Yes.
I spend momentum for an answer there, Schofield.
Oh, sure.
Give me the momentum, because I can answer that question for you. Volsar, if you don't mind, the answer to that is you don't know. You need more subjects. You can't with only these 2 to think. You can't. It's not happening fast enough for it to show up. You would need more control. You need to see if this is happening else in the environment. Keep your eyes open. But we should be careful. We should probably get off this world.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard. The medical tricorder does not have the equipment necessary to get you those answers.
Has it saved the data that we've scanned from these 2 subjects?
Absolutely.
Okay, then we should go.
All right, and you're going to leave the subjects at the runabout?
I don't think
they
we
still
should. I think
tied
we
up?
should take them with us.
How are we going to
I mean,
take them with
they're
us?
human.
It's going to
Something's
slow us
happened to
down.
them. If we can help them, we should.
All right, fireman carry.
I mean, it's going to be a problem, but we can figure it out.
Is it logical to think that they came all the way from the science center to meet us here, or are they already camped here somewhere? If they're already in this area, then we could find more people there. We could leave them there.
I was going to say, I think that if we just untie them and leave them unconscious and then go, they'll be fine. If like and that being like time is of the essence. If we try to carry these people with us, it's going to slow us down, and it could potentially maroon us on this planet and lead us to a similar fate.
Okay, so
That
they're not a harm to you right now. They're not a harm to themselves. If you cut their bindings, they'll scurry off into the woods and join their others.
Okay.
Now, that also
yeah.
being said, don't worry though, Medical Officer Rumpel, because the idea is if we can get off this planet, then we can report back to what we found, and hopefully then we can bring back more equipment.
Right.
Bring
and
back
a
the
better
horizon
facility.
where you can actually bring
back
supplies.
the horizon, and then we can
Right, yeah.
possibly reverse whatever's happened to them.
Okay.
We certainly can't help them
okay.
if we don't get off this planet.
Yeah, I was to say, like, we need helping them right now is us getting off this planet ASAP.
Right.
So,
All right,
are you beginning your trek?
let's get the fuck out of here. Yet.
It's obvious that the march to the science outpost is no simple stroll. The journey is going to cover several kilometers, and the terrain between you and your goal is rough and rocky, with strange and abundant flora blocking your path. Josh, you were about to ask me another question?
I just want to say I'm grabbing my MacBeth.
I was
before we
about to
go.
say,
Oh,
grab
no.
your
I was
knife.
gonna say, grab your.
That's just a
Oh,
gift.
yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We should probably make
So-
sure we salvage what we can from the.
There's not much to salvage.
From the
Like, this
ship.
was just a milk run. This is just a bus.
Yeah.
All you
Okay.
have are your med kit, doctor, your tricorders, your phasers,
Is
your
there
MacBeth.
another working tricorder on board the ship?
Spend momentum for the opportunity to find it.
We have tried. They have tried.
Yeah, we'll be
You're
okay.
gonna punch things.
I'm
like
gonna
it's just
punch things. They can scan things.
We should get going. Commander Haddock, grab your fancy knife. Let's
So,
go.
I'm going to do a bit of a time jump to catch up with the time. Early into the trek to the science station, as you're coming up the trails, you're hearing actual animal sounds, more like bird calls. You hear plants, and as you're going back, some of the plants turn their heads and they're following the light of your tricorders that are out and your motions. This place is strange and alien, and there's a lot of the tricorders life sign readings are off the charts because you're surrounded by jungle. There's so many readings coming off here. There's so many of these weird plants, and there some that I'm careful of using spores because of discovery, but some of them are shooting little spores and glowing lights, and it's really at nighttime. It's very think Avatar. Right, it's very glowing, bioluminescent. And as you come across through the terrain, as you're making your way up in the direction of the science station, you come across a ravine. It's narrow, but it's deep, and separating between you and the direction you need to be going. There is a long piece of wood that can be placed across the ravine, but it's on the other side.
So I need to jump to the other side and get that piece of wood for my compatriots.
If you want to do that, it'll be fitness and security.
Don't do
that.
But
before you go...
Is there a better choice?
Let's slow down here. It's because it's a difficulty of 4.
Yeah, don't do that.
Cool your warp drive there,
So
bud.
the difficulty of 4 means with just 2 dice, it's impossible to do. You will need to roll at least 4 dice, and they'll all have to be a success. So with assistance from others, you can get the dice.
How does somebody assist me in a
Here, use my legs.
Well, I mean, you can throw. You can get a rope ready. You can get a lookout. You can both jump together. You can decide how that assist works, or you can spend momentum to purchase dice to spend, or you can use a determination point, of which you have one to spend with any of your values that you can justify acting recklessly or heroically.
There's a better choice than
Are there
jumping into a ravine.
other ways other than?
I have an idea. Are there trees and flora on the other side?
Are there trees and flora? Yes.
On the other side of this.
Yeah, it's just you just come across a gorge, but it's the same on the other side as on this side. On the other side is a large fallen piece of wood that could be moved and rolled over the ravine for everyone else to cross like a bridge.
Okay, no, but are there trees that are on that side?
Yes.
Because my
grappling hook.
Oh no, what the fuck?
It's the same on that side as it is on this side.
I'm gonna pull a Johnny 5 and see if one of us, whoever has the best shot with a phaser, can hit the base of one of the trees and cause it to fall over the ravine towards us.
Okay.
That's smarter than grappling hook.
Yes,
so,
it is.
That would be a control.
Okay.
And I'm going to say control security.
Sorry, if it's
phaser.
the same on both sides, is there not a tree on our side that we could
See, that's why you're my science officer.
work together?
I'm going to say that the challenge, sure, you've got a free piece of wood on the other side that can be rolled around, but yeah, I've already described you're in a jungle, you're going up.
We're gonna Breath of the Wild this and see if we can knock a tree over it and then cross via the tree.
Make a new board
And
on this side.
if not, we could climb the tree and help it down.
Oh, and have it lean in that direction. And okay. Well, I mean, are there trees that would be tall enough that we could lay it across?
Yeah, but this is bamboo jungles where there's a lot of thin branches and everything's kind of bendy and alien. So thick pieces of wood, like the one that's across in the ravine, you're not seeing. I mean, you're right. You might be able to bend some over, or even use some to swing across. But to knock down and make into a makeshift bridge, you're looking around. I mean, you maybe, but it's going to take you time.
Yeah.
That is easy time. Everything else is it's going to take.
So on this side, it's all bendy
work.
stuff. What about that side? It's the same thing.
It's all except for that one piece that's there, and
That's been moved.
maybe it was used by the Neanderthals. Maybe it was set up by other creatures, or it rolled down from higher up on the mountain. But
how
it's
deep
there.
is the ravine?
Deep.
I cannot see the bottom?
You can spend momentum to ask the GM for the answer.
Or you can shoot your phaser down and see how long it takes to hit the ground.
Yeah.
I could throw my broken tricorder. No.
You can throw your broken tricorder down and count to 10 and see how long it takes to hit the ground.
No.
You might not be able to hear anything over the wind.
There, that would achieve the same effect.
Throw the tricorder.
It is just Haddock, there's rocks. What do you...
It is, for the mechanics of the game, it is deep enough that anything that's falling down isn't coming up.
Okay. So
Okay.
climbing down and climbing up the other side is also equally...
It's one of those Star Wars gorges.
I understand.
Random question. Is it feasible to walk around?
Does it go pretty far in both directions?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a mountain range.
All right.
Time being of the essence.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to try to use the bendy trees to make a slingshot and launch one of us over it because that's just going to get someone killed.
That's
Volsar,
arguably worse than me
you might
jumping
be able to
across.
walk around, but what you've been following is like a goat path. So going in there is going to be into the deep brush, and with your tricorders not really being able to keep exact compass directions because of the electromagnetic interference, you're going to get lost if you go deeper into the jungle. You've got a direct line to the science station. Going left and right, you don't know if the ravine you can walk around, but you also don't know if you can even navigate through the jungle through that, or if you're even going to be able to cut your way through, because it's almost impassable, heavy, thick brush. What you're following is like a natural trail. Does that make sense?
Right. No. Okay. No. Okay. Now I get you.
All right. So
we have to.
Are any of the?
Cross
Yeah, well, we got to try to get across.
I've told you, it's a fitness and security difficulty 4 to just run and jump.
The bendy trees, are any of them tall enough that they could bend over the thing if they were bent towards the thing?
Sure. How would you do that? You'd have to climb up, and then find a way to bend it down.
Well, your weight.
Would your own weight do it?
With your let's try that.
Yeah.
Haddock.
I will assist.
Chip.
I
will climb up a tree.
That's going to be either fitness. I'm going to say fitness is going to be the first attribute, and
That's
what would
fair.
be the security? Security sounds like that's climbing a tree is
The
security.
closest.
Yeah.
Difficulty?
So fitness and security. So whoever's got the best fitness and security combination should probably be
I've
involved
got
in this.
14.
Does anyone
Oh, yeah.
beat 14?
No, we're all thinkers.
All right, setting up Haddock. It's a good thing he was here on this mission.
I know, right? With all of his counseling and skills, he's using those a lot.
Yeah.
All right, I got 2 successes.
Okay, so as you
Damn, he's in good shape.
sorry, I was saying difficulty 3. You got to, before you climb up the tree, we need to get a second dice. This is the whole point, guys. This is a tutorial to add dice to your rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not rolling base rolls. You've got to find a way to use a value, spend on dice, assist in rolls.
So no matter which way we
You
pick,
need a minimum 3 dice.
Can I give him a hand to push him
Sure.
up the tree?
If he climbs the tree, can we use that as a swing to create greater momentum?
Oh,
to
like
get across?
the bunch of us at the
Launch, I mean,
bottom
we're
can
like
try to
monkeys in a barrel,
move
right?
it back and forth
Okay.
to like.
I
bend
have
it.
a-
Armstrong, you want to assist the roll. What would you like to roll in to assist? What makes sense here? Another fitness or a control?
Fitness and control would be.
Fitness
Fantastic.
or control. Those are on the
fitness.
same. Those are on the same axiom.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking. My fitness and control are equal, and I
Yeah, but
guess
fitness and
security.
control do different things. So narratively, also, what would you like to? How are you assisting?
I am fitness because I'm helping them. I'm giving them a
Giving them a boost. So fitness and security.
Fitness and security. All right.
I'd like. Can I assist as well?
One person assisting at a time. Sorry, Andrew.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. I want to.
Just wanting to keep moving things along.
Hey!
Great. So you create an advantage. You get them to the top of the tree. You've got an advantage. You've got your 2 successes. So you've got 3 successes here. You make it to the top of the tree. You're able to see out. You're able to see that the ravine does end, but it's as much time in the other direction as it would need for you to just go across. As you get to the top, the tree can bend, but it's not gonna get you safely down to the other side. You would be able to use it as a swing.
Okay.
Okay, so if the tree's
You
bending
can
over
Indiana
like
Jones
this,
across.
you can
Permission
try
to Indiana Jones across, sir.
I'm thinking if we can get him like close enough, like if we can get the tree to, because the tree's
back.
sitting right up, and if he's at the top, then the tree's bending over like
Yep.
this. And if you want to try to like get him to,
and then like do
just
the like
back
a,
and
like
forth.
an upside down pitfall Harry or whatever it was called.
yeah, like an upside down pendulum. Effectively, I was like, if I can get him close enough, and then hit the bottom of the tree with a phaser, just so that it completes.
Or he just lets go at the right time.
Or he just lets go at the right time, and he can just drop. So then. Yeah, okay. So let's the other 4 of us like sort of group around the bottom of the tree and see if we can like.
So
start
this is you rolling an
rocking it.
assist for them
Because they're the ones who
you
are
gotta
aiming
let go
the
at the
tree.
right time. So
Fuck
who's taking primary job of the pushing the tree back and forth?
Can I
We put
say
the
my
Hold
role
on,
in
guys,
this?
Andrew. Say?
I'd like to invoke my value. All ideas must withstand scrutiny, not necessarily to assist with the actual action,
Thanks.
but to try and generate momentum that can be used in the role.
Okay.
So I'm evaluating things.
How much momentum is purchased if you use a value for that?
I don't know. I mean,
I can just okay, so if we move the tree, then we might be able to like sort of swing him over there. And he's like, this is fucking dumb.
I have the value of teamwork. I mean, this is definitely
absolutely no, and that says you can spend the determination point to automatically get a 1,
which is 2 successes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a 1, which is a success
and an
advantage, which are separate. Using values. Perfect opportunity. A point of determination may be spent to grant the character a single D20 at 1. The moment of inspiration. A point of determination may be spent to re-roll the character's dice in their dice pool, which you can use a value. Surge of activity. You may immediately perform another task as soon as this one has been resolved, and the character may immediately create an advantage that applies to the current scene. So you can't buy momentum, Andrew, but you can use your ideas deserve scrutiny value to create an advantage on how to do it better, which will lower the difficulty of this roll. So the difficulty, which was 3, is now going to... let's make the difficulty was going to be 4, just like the jumping across the ravine. This sounds just as dumb as running across the ravine. So you just overcomplicated running across the gap.
It's less dumb because it's not one person; it's a team of
we
people.
all agreed to do this.
So you use your value to create the advantage. So the 4 drops to a 3. Mm-hmm. So now you only need 3 successes.
Okay.
And you're going to be rolling at least.
I'm assisting that.
When you're assisting, you only roll 1 dice. And so you're rolling Schofield. Are you the one helping with the tree?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna, and it's fitness security, right?
Fitness and security.
All right, so that's 11.
We should have put the lightest person on top of the tree and pushing the tree on the bottom.
Actually, no. With fitness 9, security 3, you would technically have a 12, so you would be ideal to lead this at the bottom of the tree.
And I have team dynamics as a.
And he's looking for a promotion.
Yeah,
so let's
that will increase your success range. From being from just 1 to the number on your security stat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to roll under 12.
Uh-huh.
And I'm assisting.
Yeah, and you have talents that deal with giving people orders, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving you the cheat sheet on your second sheet.
One
resolute.
Your second sheet has written them out. What did you roll there,
I got
Brent?
1 success.
You got 1 success, and then how many did you get? Did you get a success?
I also have a success.
So you got 2 successes.
I have veteran. I can try to be like...
What does that say?
Veteran, you're wise and experienced. You draw upon your inner reserves of willpower and determination in a more measured and considered way. When the other character spends a point of determination, roll 1.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Effect is rolled, then immediately...
There's no way to fail this task because I'm not going to let you fall down the ravine. It's called success at a cost. You needed 3 to get across.
Correct.
You only got 2. But you're going to get across. But it's going to come with 1 complication because you were short by 1. So you're swinging, and this is just great because we're playing into it. You're swinging, and then just as you let go, everyone sees your phaser dislodges out of your pocket.
I needed that thing.
And clack, 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 clack. It's a 3-kilometer drop to the bottom of the ravine.
Well, you found out how deep it was.
Yeah. Well, now
you are
first my tricorder, now my phaser.
You are successfully on the other side of the ravine.
I got a spare for you.
At a cost.
It's true. He has 2 phasers.
Your new nickname is Ion Storm because you destroy technology.
So on the other side of the ravine,
Conal,
congratulations.
Ion Storm.
You can use a fitness security or a control science to, or even control security to. You want if you to shift the wood into place to make the bridge. Fitness security or control science. It's another difficulty of 3.
Fitness security. And a 3.
Yeah, it's a 3.
So before I roll this, I need to decide how I'm getting additional dice.
Yes.
So
you have enough
momentum
here to purchase a dice to add to your pool. You can do that momentum spend.
I'm going to have to re-roll everything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine. So I've got 2 dice on my own, and
we can't assist. We're on the other side.
They can't assist.
Yeah.
They're on the other side.
You have a determination point, so you could challenge a value. That's how you get another dice, right?
We have
You
one
challenge
already.
values to get additional
Sorry,
determination,
it
but I
is- it
already
is
have one.
One momentum for the first dice, 2 momentum for the second dice, and 3 momentum for the third dice.
I see.
To a total of spending up to 6 momentum for all 3 die, and you can only purchase that 3.
Oh.
So, but one die, one momentum, 1 die. You get that.
So
you
there-
can also spend a determination point, of which you still have one, to invoke one of your values to justify another die.
I will assist you actually with that. If you use a determination point, then I'll activate my
which
talent.
lets you reclaim my
veteran.
determination.
Yeah, if I
potentially.
roll a thing, I can potentially give you that point back.
Okay, well then we'll try. We'll try. using that.
What's it called again?
Veteran.
lets him potentially.
Yeah.
Cool.
Whenever a
Give me
character
back my
spends a
determination.
point of determination, roll 1. If an effect is rolled, then immediately regain the.
Oh yeah, you
spent
roll
point
one.
of
You roll a
determination.
d6.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So you are.
We got 4 dice.
We
now.
got because the purchasing with momentum happens last. So you're getting a die through using your determination. Which
Yes.
value are you using, by the way?
Heart of a Klingon.
Perfect. Actually, I
Or
was gonna change
teamwork.
that.
Teamwork
Not so much
is
heart of a
better.
Klingon. I was going to change that to warrior.
Sure.
There we go.
Or teamwork is probably better.
Yeah, teamwork is fine.
Teamwork is
so
fine.
you're using your teamwork value. You're spending your determination point.
TM work.
And so you get a die. You want so that's 3 die. How are you getting the 4th die?
I put a point of momentum. In.
Okay, so that's actually going to be 2
Oh.
momentum because it's your second die.
Oh,
Right? That's
so
why
the
that's why you
cost-
buy last.
I understand. Okay. Do we want to spend the last point of momentum?
You're
then?
gonna get more momentum. That's
I
why
would
you keep
I would
rolling.
say
Okay.
definitely
Go for it.
because we need this to succeed.
And we don't need to
Yeah.
accidentally drop this plank into the ravine. That
Yeah.
would
Well,
be
it's not
worse.
technology, so you won't do that.
Yeah.
All right. I am seeing 4 successes.
Cool.
And I rolled a 1 on the d6.
Which doesn't matter. You need to
So-
roll a 5 or a 6 for an effect.
Oh, an effect.
1
Damn
and
it.
2 are values.
God
3
damn it,
and 4 are
right.
blank. 5 and 6 are effects.
So
Unfortunately, you don't roll an effect.
That's okay. Now I get additional determination by challenging.
So
my values,
the
correct?
difficulty was 3. You rolled 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a momentum for the bonus success.
Cool.
So Haddock swings over, loses the phaser, moves the stone across, and for everyone else, it's a difficulty of 1, control security, to walk across the wooden plank and cross the ravine and head to our
Phaser?
second part of this episode.
When I get there,
Oh, okay. They need to.
I
roll
have to
get
walk across and not die first.
I understand.
Can I?
I just had such faith in your ability to walk across that I just
You just assumed.
assumed.
Yeah, no.
you would-
Are you dead?
No, I made it.
Okay. Because you crossed
just got
your arms
very
and-
quiet.
and sighed, and I was like,
It was very close.
let's see, fitness and security.
You succeeded.
I managed to. I got 1 success. In a way that we.
I did not succeed.
Oh crap!
At all? No success.
That's okay. So
Because
you
we-
did a difficulty 1 and you get that. What were you? It was a control and
You
security,
said
right?
fitness and security. So
Control
I
and security.
Oh, I still missed.
You still missed, and so it comes at a cost.
Yes.
It's going to create a complication. I'm not going to. We could drop equipment and keep going with that trope, but instead, it's you slip. Someone grabs you before you get out of the way, but you take a point of stress for
almost falling down.
Right in the
for the one
stress.
dice mess.
Can I do
scared.
like daring command to catch him?
No, it does. It just
Okay.
comes. The success just comes at a cost, and in that case, it was just whoa, okay, cool. I'm just gonna keep moving in.
I just think it would be really
Andrew,
thematic.
did you succeed at that?
I rolled a 16 and a 20.
Oh no!
What did you need to get across for control and fitness?
12.
Okay, so you didn't succeed, and you got a complication. So, in this case, you are gonna have to jump in and save them, Schofield, because he's pulling you with him.
Fuck.
You have one of us on each arm.
Yeah, managed to catch one of you, and the other one's like, son of a bitch! Try to
On the
reach
other
over
end,
and catch.
Come on, you guys.
Well, sorry, Volsar. Thanks for coming out and donating. We'll see you next year. No, hold on. Let me see if we can do this. What is this? What?
Actually, instead, because I just want to keep the game moving it along here, you get across, but you're actually going to hurt yourself. You're going to take a minor injury, Andrew, because of the complication. +1 difficulty on all tasks until treated.
Okay.
So everyone else
Can I
you're
take a
just going to get an
Can I
additional.
take a little time to treat myself? Or is that not a
Nope,
thing
we
I
got to
can
keep
do?
moving because we're running out of time tonight, and we're also running out of time in the episode. But we're also running out of time tonight with the weather. You've got to keep moving to the science station. You can't be outside. You're going to keep moving, and I want to get into the next. I got 2 more tasks for you. This ravine wasn't supposed to take this long. So
I got what, like twisted ankle or something?
you've got a twisted ankle, and so and Schofield, you got a cross.
Yeah.
And Armstrong, you got across?
Yep.
Twice.
Cool. So you got across.
Yes.
So someone got the stress point. You got the twisted ankle, and everyone else got across. And we're now making our trek.
I hand him my spare phaser, and we go.
As you're continuing up, now you were all having a look at those plants, and that some of them might be dangerous, some of them might not be. You can spend time to evaluate these plants. It's a work track of 10. Remember the work tracks from our last game with a magnitude of 3. So you 3 breakthroughs to succeed. You either get the breakthrough by doing the homework and getting all the way up. It's a basic difficulty of only 2, so you can just do that with basic rolls. However, you're trying to keep up a decent pace because you are running out of time and you've got to get this ship repaired and get off the planet. You can only attempt a maximum of 3 tasks. Or risk slowing your pace down.
I was going to
as
say,
you're
like,
going
how
along.
much is this going to slow us down?
So you need to see where you're stumbling and where you're walking, what's going on. You need to know what's around you, and if you don't succeed at this, there may be poisonous plants out there that are going to be. You're surrounded by mystery.
Shoot spores into us and kill us all if we're not careful.
Triffids.
So we know the motherfucking.
So-
all right.
The amount of ground to cover for the successful task of a keen character overcome the extended test. So that's the other thing is you're all working at making your way up this trail,
Making our way downtown.
and so if you spend a task to look in, this is the idea. We're all working together to learn what these plants are about. One player can do the task, but if they try to do it a second time, the difficulty increases for each time they attempt the task, and you can only attempt this task 3 times. So out of the 5 of you, 3 of you should each roll separately. But if you don't feel confident in doing that roll, someone can do it, but it's going to increase the difficulty of their chances
What's
of
the
getting
roll?
through with it. The roll is it can either be reason and science, but other possibilities can come up. They like presence and medicine was an alternative that they
You're gonna
suggested
be
here.
a
Also,
lot better at this
control
than
and
me.
security could be used for like field survival. So you think
Oh,
of how
yeah.
your character would evaluate the danger of the terrain, either from a scientific or a medical or a security standpoint.
So you said it was either control and security or...
I mean, it's something that you can
Presence
propose
and
to
science.
me, but those are
Gotcha.
control, security, presence, medicine, reason, science. Those all work for me, and also I'm open to suggestions.
Does it make sense to find out if the plants are native before we go other ways? And are they affecting the Neanderthals? Like, are they part of the reason for the degeneration, or is it,
Degenerative state.
or were they also affected by something else?
I don't know. I mean,
Good idea. I would say work on that theory.
Okay.
Rumpel, how much, like, how high could you roll to do one of these tasks?
The storms are building up, and you got to keep walking. Like
Oh, yeah.
you're talking to each other, but you're all hiking at the same time, right?
Like
And
I'm in the front, like hiking along with everybody. Like, okay, so if you guys want to like scan some of these plants while we're walking, like chip chop chip. I don't know if I would be like the most I could get is a 12.
Because the bioluminescence of the night and the
I could get a
storms,
14.
like this trail after the ravine, everything's getting like these things are brushing up against you, and you're like,
hungry.
You know, if some of them are like just poisonous or nettles and stuff, like you want to know. Like, you need to know what you're surrounded with.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, is that poison oak? Is that edible? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that edible poison oak?
So, medicine and reason are appropriate?
Yeah, medicine and reason, sure. But it was presence and medicine was the one that they suggested as being able to recall your medical knowledge, because presence can also be used for like recalling. Like it's like your presence doesn't just have to be projecting and yelling at people, right? But reason and medicine, if you have a medical background. For the doctor makes a lot of sense versus reason and science for our science officer also makes just as much sense.
have
It's all the
emergency
context of your
response.
character.
Yes.
right.
I have emergency response as a focus.
Okay, well, I don't know how emergency response would go in researching plants. How would you use that as a focus?
Well, when the Enterprise D crashed on that planet,
he might have an approximate knowledge of plants that you would
right.
find.
It was like a week before.
Basic vigilance and field survival skills, though. But emergency response, I would say, would still tie into a security role. So you could use like security and reason.
Security and reason. That's
Right?
even better for me.
Yeah,
I'd be happy to.
So, who else is rolling on that?
Oh, I was gonna do control and security, and use my spirit of discovery talent to spend a determination to add 3 points to the momentum pool.
Cool. So why don't we let Armstrong go first? He's going to be able to spend momentum that can be used to purchase more dice or find additional answers. Because if you succeed at a roll, you can spend momentum to get more answers from me from that one success.
All right, so let's do that.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
have
I lost
something
a
similar.
determination point.
Also,
And then I want
using
you to
your
go,
focuses
'cause-
in an extended task is really important because if you ever roll like a 1 or that extended the success range, it's an automatic breakthrough, and you only need 3 breakthroughs in order to complete everything.
Oh, so I could probably use my team dynamics focus because we're all working together
Perfect.
to figure out about these
Perfect.
plants. All right, so that's 3 dice.
Yep.
All right, and I'm trying to roll under 12. I got.
What is the
successes.
discipline you were rolling with?
Oh, I was rolling with security and control.
What's
for-
security?
My security is 3.
And you didn't roll under 3?
Nope.
Okay. But you rolled 3 successes?
I rolled 3 successes, or no, I rolled 2 successes, and I used Spirit of Discovery, so we get our 3 points to the momentum pool. And I
Okay,
lost
cool.
the
So
determination point.
3 points to the momentum pool, and you got 3 successes. So I'm just marking that. Boom, boom, boom. And there we go.
And we have a science officer and our security guy are gonna do some stuff.
Who would like to roll the second roll?
I'll be happy to.
Okay.
And then we'll have Lieutenant Bo here, wrap it up.
2 successes.
Two more successes. Any of them great?
Neither of them are critical successes, unfortunately. I got a 5. I needed a 4 or lower.
And
By one.
weren't you using?
I was using one of my focuses, the emergency response. We said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm also going to.
Now you've got a lot more momentum that's been added
Yeah.
in to this. You can spend some of these to get some additional dice that gives you a better chance of getting a breakthrough.
I'm going to go for at least one additional dice. I think I don't
Yeah.
want to be too greedy.
Do you have
but
you've already used your determination point?
I have not used my.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I just checked it so that.
So testing a theory work? Field
So
medicine?
testing a theory would allow me to, if I succeed,
Oh, sorry,
then
I
I
was
can
looking-
roll again.
No wrong answers.
wrong answers
Yeah, no
would-
wrong answers absolutely can work. And so you
Yeah.
get so that automatically is a 1.
Okay.
So that's your first breakthrough. Is already going to be there.
Okay.
And then you can purchase another dice for 2, so you can still roll with 3. You need 2 breakthroughs.
Right. Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Let's
And
we'll
then
do it.
what
Because
is no wrong answer or testing a theory?
So that was a
Testing a
value.
theory. When you attempt a task using engineering or science, which
When I
you are,
succeed, then I get another
roll
die.
1 additional d20.
Yeah.
So long as you succeeded a previous task covering this. So long as you succeeded a previous task.
Right.
So if you roll a second time,
Yes.
which you won't be able to because this is the 3rd roll in this task, but I'm just saying later in this campaign, if you ever roll ongoing science rolls,
Yeah.
you succeed the first time. The next time you roll, you get a bonus d20.
Right. And that's
get
what I was thinking. I
smarter
just
every
thought.
time you
I
do
thought
stuff.
that I thought I'd get an extra roll.
So you can still
basically
buy the
after this.
3rd die.
Why not? I mean, we
Yeah,
got
we'll do
the
it.
3 momentum off of an ability used, so let's make use of that.
And
All right,
would
so-
anyone like to assist this final roll?
Rumpel.
Rample, why don't you roll an
Yeah.
assist here with medical
Okay.
reason?
Yeah.
All right. So am I just rolling?
Would you like to
medicine and
use
reason
what's
it?
better for you, reason or presence?
They're the same.
They're the same. Okay, so then roll reason, and you're just going to assist with the science officer on
With
the same
one die.
task. So you roll 1 die, and you're rolling under that combined number.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think my focuses really fall under this. I mean, closest would be neurochemistry.
That fine. I mean, that's poisons. I don't care.
All right.
That's like whatever you want to
Okay.
justify. That all kind of falls in the same umbrella.
I rolled a 16, so nope.
Nope. Okay.
Peas.
A
I
10 and a
have
10.
2 successes.
All right, so
and that one.
and you got the one which was already the breakthrough. Unfortunately, you weren't able to get enough breakthroughs or complete the work track before you as the night goes on. You aren't going to be able to avoid all of these. The pace is too brisk. This isn't a laboratory environment. You're not used to being on a planet like this. The stress of the whole night is coming around, and so I'm rolling 5 of these die. And 2 of you.
Could I not have used field medicine when attempting a medicine task to ignore difficulty for working without the proper tools or equipment?
Yeah, we weren't dealing with additional difficulty stats because of that. Although you could have lowered the difficulty.
Did we not make
difficulty of 2 for tasks to overcome it.
I think someone's about to get poisoned.
We didn't finish the work track.
You're still not finishing the extended task. So
what did we need to do to finish the
it was a work track of 10, so it meant like 10 successes to get a breakthrough.
Okay.
Which you didn't. You only got 8 successes.
Damn.
A magnitude of 3, which means you need to get 3 breakthroughs, either through critical successes or by finishing the work track 3 times, or a combination of. And it was a difficulty of 2, which means you had to already succeed twice for your work to count towards the work track.
Damn.
So we needed 2 more successes.
You needed 2 more success, but you also needed another breakthrough.
Yeah.
So you needed at least a critical success, and you needed 2 more points to get that homework breakthrough.
Yeah.
So you were short.
We were close, but
That's fine.
close.
This is all about learning consequences. So I rolled 2 effects. Character of the group. Anyone who rolls. Roll 1 for each player in the group. Anyone who rolls an effect. Okay, so I'm just going to re-roll these again. For Beau, 4, nothing happens. For Schofield, 4, nothing happens. For Brent, 3, nothing happens. Woo! And for 3, for Josh, nothing happens. And for Andrew, 4, nothing happens.
Oh,
you roll with blanks all across. So you would have been you would have been poisoned as you're walking. Dumb luck that you didn't get poisoned.
Not because we were good, but because it's just lucky. Yeah.
Better lucky than
Complication
good.
would increase beyond
true.
poison 3. So then once you're poisoned, it continues to complicate until you fall unconscious. So as you're continuing your march, though, the strong winds caused by the ion storm and the strangeness of the landscape begin to play tricks on your mind. Flashes at the corner of your eyes hint at lurking terrors hiding in the cracks in the ground. Are the wind-shaped plants moving on their own, approaching you? The occasional gnawed carcass of a dead animal suggests that a large predator may be in the area. Soon you find your heart racing and your breathing is heavy. The dangers, immediate and imaginary, in this world are beginning to creep up on you as you're walking. And it will be each member at this point I'm going to ask to attempt a control and command task to maintain your composure.
Okay.
Conal, what would you like? You have your hand up?
I would like to use my talent, diffuse the tension.
Diffusing the tension is to turn an NPC into not taking a violent action against you.
Well, okay then.
There's no one attacking you. This is either in your head or the environment around you. The stress is building up, and something is affecting your composure.
So I have the focus of composure as well as the focus of counseling. And the talent of collaboration.
Yeah,
can
so
I use all of those things together to help my team?
You can absolutely
maintain their
use your focus to increase your success rate, so the range. You absolutely will roll with your focus. And you can roll and assist. I will allow you, with your counseling background, to assist
everybody else.
one other player with their roll. So have a look. Who's got the worst number? And you can help them, right?
It doesn't matter.
Because you're going to roll for
what is it? Control and what?
So it's going to be control and command.
Okay.
So who's got the lowest
I got
control
12.
command?
14.
11.
And
How
Andrew?
about that, Wendy, baby?
Andrew's 14?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm going
11.
to assist the science officer, both
First,
because
look after yourself. You got to
Right.
calm yourself. So roll ahead for. I'm just going to get Haddock. You're rolling.
I get a 3rd die because I have the composure focus.
No, you get a 3rd die if you were pulling in your talent or buying the die. And you get another die from assistance and talents. But the focus just means now that when you're rolling command, if you roll 1 to 5, you can create an advantage.
Okay.
which in this case will lower
Right,
the
right,
difficulty
right.
for everyone else.
Cool.
The difficulty is a 2 to maintain your composure. You need 2 of these to be successes.
Okay, and I'm rolling to get 13 or lower. No.
For yourself.
Yeah, this is for myself. Okay. So I have 1 success and 1 failure to maintain my composure. Can I? Is there something I can do to get that next success?
Do you still have a determination point?
I have used it. No.
You can use your determination point with I don't believe in the no-win scenario to immediately re-roll one of those missed die as a success.
I've used my determination.
Oh, you already
point.
used
I
it.
don't have
Okay.
another one. Can I use
would
the
I-
momentum? Is it too late to use momentum now?
I mean, it's just I'm punishing you. This is the not supposed to be like
Yeah,
each person
we're
is
supposed to
you're-
have a hard time.
I want
Right.
people at the table to be panicking.
Okay.
Right?
understand.
So like the planet is beginning to affect you.
Could I use something like diplomacy, Starfleet protocol, to try and like give everybody
Absolutely.
a rousing? And that's what control command.
Yep.
All right.
I'll
And-
still let you
'Cause
try to
I'm-
assist the science officer, but
Despite the fact that
but
I'm
you're taking.
If
your
I'm
heart's
using
racing.
focuses, do I take 3 dice?
No.
Okay. Got to get under 14, of which that's 1.
Someone want to? Like, you can assist the captain with
I
this.
could
roll.
use a determination.
Yep.
And now when I'm
I
using
could assist the
determination,
captain instead of the science officer.
do I use
Everyone can
values,
assist
or-
someone else. You can all
Yeah.
look after each other. Like there's
Okay.
5 of you. You don't all have to be rolling.
I'm
by
trying to help
yourselves.
other people with
Yeah.
that roll, and I only got 1 success. So what does that do?
That I'll count that towards an assist roll on other people. It's lowered everyone's difficulty. The rest, the difficulties. I don't know. Bring the difficulty down by 1. I just want everyone give me a roll.
Okay.
We're running out of time on the episode.
That's okay.
I had 2 successes.
Okay, you got 2 successes. You're doing great.
Okay.
You're maintaining your composure. I need you to
No,
roll for
I
your
just-
composure Schofield
Okay,
as well.
I got then 2
failed.
successes under
I would
that.
like to.
Okay.
I would like. Oh, they both
Okay,
got 2
Schofield's
successes.
composed. Armstrong, are you
Yeah.
holding it together?
Oh no, I am freaking out.
Okay, you're freaking out. And Andrew, how are you doing?
Okay, so it's control and command.
Can I assist him?
It's control and command with a difficulty of 2.
So you got to get 2
Okay, so it's
successes.
14. Can I apply my psychiatry to this?
If well, yes.
That's my
All that will
focus.
do is change your. You can always roll with focuses, and you can just tell me. Because we're going over this over and over and over again. Yes, the answer is always
Okay.
going to be yes if you can
All right,
justify
then-
it to me. All that will do is change your success range, which is that
Yes,
low
okay.
number. And then if you're rolling that under. So your discipline is between that number and whatever the number is on
Or
the
it
discipline.
increases your critical
you then
success
get,
range.
You then get a critical
Right.
success.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
then yeah, I'd like. I like
Which in
talking
this
through
case is
things
just
in-
gonna
in
generate
his own head and
momentum.
trying to clear things up.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is just going
I
to generate
roll-
momentum to help keep other people calm.
Okay.
Okay. I
You
roll
have 1
I roll
momentum, so if
2 dice,
anyone
and then
missed
I roll-
by 1, you can spend that momentum to keep your cool.
Oh,
I missed by 1.
You're going to keep cool because of that momentum spent.
Good.
All right. The
Okay.
assist that I was
I rolled.
rolling.
I got 2 successes, one of which was a critical.
Okay, so you then create you create more momentum that can then be spent. So you got 2 successes to calm yourself down,
Yeah.
and then you also created momentum from the critical hit. So
Yeah.
how badly did you fail, Armstrong?
none of my dice.
But I can help him.
Yeah, then help him.
And 2 of my talents apply. How does that work? If both, do they both apply, or do I have to choose one or the
You
other?
pick one.
Yeah,
they don't.
it's
They never
pick
stack.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you using here?
I will in this case use advisor, which lets you re-roll one of your d20s.
Using your command may, whenever you assist another character using your command discipline, so
Right.
you have to successfully assist him.
Okay, so I'm
roll the
assisting him
assist
right now.
first, Run dice when you're assisting.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
that's
a 2. So
2.
you successfully assist.
All right,
and
now
that's
I
a
re-roll
critical
one.
success.
Doesn't matter so much in an assist roll.
Okay,
You're just
gotcha.
getting successes. So you roll here. You get to re-roll the dice. There's a 20.
How did I make it worse?
Thanks, Attic. I got a complication.
So Armstrong gains the paranoia trait. Write that down. Your nerve is broken, and your complication range on all tasks for the remainder of this adventure is now 19 to 20.
Oh my.
So it's not just 20. If you roll a 19 or a 20, that's going to get a
Then
complication.
both get a
range.
complication.
So that's an injury.
Yeah.
paranoid?
So Armstrong is getting paranoid.
We
and
know why
everyone
you-
else is feeling this like panic building, but only Armstrong is like, it actually breaks through.
I'm scared, you guys.
Come on, Ensign Armstrong, hang in there.
So that's the end of our hour. That's all the time we've got for this episode. I know I'm feeling a little bit like I'm cracking a whip and I feel like an asshole, but I'm like, we just gotta get this one dice roll.
Yeah.
So as you're making your way up, you're all feeling this like pressure at the corner of your eyes, things you don't see. There's sounds, and everything's feeling more claustrophobic in the jungle, and the storm is getting more howl. Your heart's starting to raise, blood pressure's starting to rise. You're all starting to sweat a little more. You're all kind of like, take a breath, meditate, focus, remember your training. You're almost there to the science station, and then Armstrong just goes, ah! They're out there! And he starts freaking, and he's still, then he's gonna, but there's just a panic now.
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die. We gotta get off this planet, Cat. We gotta get going. We gotta get the roundabout. We gotta go. We gotta go right now.
I do not want to de-evolve.
And then it's just there as at the end of this episode, we'll arrive at the science station. You've made your trek up. That was a hell of a trek.
Oh, shit.
Not a good. You didn't get poisoned though, which is too bad.
Which is yeah, that's good.
Wait, so
Too bad.
I'll read this at the end of this episode. The science station is intact, but heavy damage is evident along the structure's exterior. Mostly dents and punctures mar the surface, but a few areas of phaser fire are evident as well. Inside the outpost, the place has been vandalized. From the living quarters to the kitchen to the laboratories, it is obvious someone or something wrecked the place without regard. All communication devices have been smashed. As you are ready to give up on your search for life, you find one last storage area with the door closed and locked, and you hear a muffled voice inside. And we'll see you next week on Star Trek Adventures. I'm your Game Master, Justin Ecock, playing through this game with our very out-of-their-element crew of the Horizon, starting here with our science officer,
Velvet Duke from the Dandies.
Captain Gavin Schofield, being played by Dr. Tarawad.
Brent Morris from the Gappage Podcast.
Commander Conal Haddock, played by Joshua Barbeau.
and from our Discord channel,
Andrew Rumpel playing Chief Medical Officer Rumpel, who is starting to get how Thumper felt in Ravenloft.
Oh, yeah, what am I doing here? I guarantee you are going to be very helpful in this next episode. We are going to want a doctor. So
he's just getting angry at all this.
And we will see you.
Fucking ankle.
We will see you next time here on Terrible Warriors. The Terrible Warriors continue to play Star Trek Adventures every Sunday as we play through the Living Campaign. For more information on Star Trek Adventures and the Living Campaign, visit Modiphius.com. And during the week, the Terrible Warriors are still playing their one-shot games every Tuesday and Thursday. For an accurate list of our schedule, visit TerribleWarriors.com. If you like what you're hearing and you want to hear more, consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/terriblewarriors. Not only will you get access to exclusive debrief episodes that only Patreon supporters get to hear, but you may also be mentioned in a game as our NPCs, locations we've gone to, name of the ships we blow up, and of course, you could join us right here at the table as our special guest. Follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors, and we'll be back next week and every week as we continue to play Star Trek Adventures every Sunday, right here on the Terrible Warriors.